Good morning. So I got up to go to the bathroom, which I do a couple of times a night, sometimes more, sometimes less. Then I wanted something to drink. Then I decided, why not make a cup of coffee? And then I decided to take some bone broth that I defrosted and heat it up in a pot and throw some noodles in it. So for the other family member that I'm here with, blah, blah, blah. So later on, it's already done and ready and blah, blah, blah. You know, there's always a pot of something or a pot to be washed or a plate or something going on. But anyway, I don't even know what my topic would be. Most of my life, I was like a caregiver type person with, my sister and I were very caregiverish to the household and to our parents. And then I was married and I was very caregiverish to my ex-husband and my children. It was always somebody, something. Then I went south, and then it was caregiverish to Perry and his family, babysitting, helping with his mother. You know what? It stopped. Because now, my whole life, like I would be the one people would call for a favor or to babysit, and none of these people are around. Now I need someone to take care of me, and no one's available, or very little. Perry is available. He's made himself available to me. My ex-husband has his hands full with his own health issues, and I believe he has at least 2 people around him that he helps out with certain things. So he's really, he's overwhelmed. And he made a point to me when I last spoke to him. He said, "You are a legal resident of Tennessee. So any kind of, ongoing health care, you really should be doing it in Tennessee. You have a partner in Tennessee." And he's absolutely correct. And let me illuminate some people, if they're even able to be illuminated. There's a few people that I interact with online that have a knowledge of, like financials and taxes and all the implications, and they understand about state residency and everything. And I don't want to name your name, but I might tag you. There's one person in Connecticut that I'm sure you've got a very good grasp. I believe there's someone that I watch, not regularly, but I really enjoy their content. They're gender fluid, and they go to Vegas, although they live in California. And that person is, I think they were retired from being a financial advisor. I don't know if they still do it, or a stockbroker, but they definitely have a grasp on financial things. And then there's another lady that her and her partner have a chat just about every night, and I go in, and I don't know if I should use her name, but let's just say I do believe she's very educated, and she probably understands about these things too. And I think she's more about like the truth rather than drama. So anyway, let me explain something very simply. If you have income, whether it's not that big or medium or large, and also if you stand to have some sort of inheritance, and you're a snowbird, you go north and south, you spend half the year in the north, half the year in the south, whatever. The legal requirement is you pick one state to be a legal resident of, and you have to be there a little over 6 months of the year, okay? And for me, that's Tennessee. And legally, I file my taxes as a resident of Tennessee. My vehicle is registered and insured. If I stand to inherit anything, there's a different tax ramification than if I'm a resident of New York. It gets really hot in the South in the summer, and even in the spring and the fall. And I do have 2 children up here, and I don't really like to say much about them, but let's just say that I enjoy and seeing them, and I miss them when I'm not there. And we have a family property. We have 2 family properties up north that need to be looked after. I shouldn't have to explain this. I'm choosing this. Okay. So, someone who has a financial interest in the properties needs to go in at least once a year, and if any improvements need to be made, that authorized person oversees it. Well, I'm one of those authorized people. There you go. Very simple. And while I'm up here, I want to spend time with my kids while this house is still available. I don't want to be in the hot heat sweating. My partner's perfectly happy with that, and I'm okay with it. Our relationship is no one's business. Although we open ourselves up for things because, we put stuff out there on the internet. So I understand that. But, and you know what? Yes, I find myself at times, and this is not to belittle this other person, without pursuing anything, I found myself emotionally attracted and connected to a gentleman from Brooklyn, okay? And I mean this only as a compliment, not to put you in a bad light. I just enjoyed chatting with him about New York things. I don't know if it's something only another New Yorker or maybe someone up from the Northeast would understand that lived near New York. If you were in Connecticut, New Jersey, or Pennsylvania, up in that tri-state area, you would understand that, if I talk about Grand Central or Arthur Avenue bread, a Southerner doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about. Just like I've learned Southern things, okay? It's almost like living in a different country. And I think I might hide it, but I'm a very, emotionally sensitive person. And sometimes, I enjoy, some level of emotional sensitivity. And my partner has a great sense of humor. And I know he loves me and I love him. But, sometimes I feel like I need... It almost makes it sound like I'm using that person, and I'm not. I don't think I am. But, I just enjoy the connection, and it has nothing really to do with gender. Maybe it does. I don't know. The avatar he was using looked a lot like my ex-husband, and I've only seen my ex-husband a couple of times since I've been up here. And, we have children together, and, he was the first love. I got married once in my life in a church, and, we were together, and we had children. So, I'm not gonna, ignore that part of my life, and I think I did get a little triggered by things. I'm not going to reconcile with him or anything. We've made our peace with each other, and I consider him like family because we have a history and we have children together. So I'm going all over the place. I don't need to explain myself to anyone. So I really don't appreciate anyone coming in and making a comment about, well, why are you saying this? You don't need to explain yourself. You might mean well by saying that, but frankly, I decide what I want to talk about, not other people. Okay, as long as I'm not violating terms of service. Like I said, maybe 2 or 3 people know, that there's financial ramifications to your state of residency. There's emotional ramifications to having a property still available to you, which, by the way, I pay half the bills on all year round. So I have every right to be here. Not that it's anyone's business. Okay. And I have stuff here. And when my mother, if I outlive my mother, because now that's a new thing that's popped up. If I outlive my mother, then, the house, I would my sister and I, we would just sell everything and split it. I wouldn't want to buy her out. The taxes are too high in New York. But while it's here and while it's being maintained, I'm going to enjoy it. And I know, owe no explanation to anyone. Okay? There's people, this silly community, and I'm not saying you're all silly. Some people are silly. Some of them are silly in this community where they love to gossip. I don't know, maybe they have nothing going on in their life or they're depressed, whatever. They have a void in their life. Whatever, they like to clown around. I'll tell you something. I don't like how a young woman, well, she's young next to me, but, she's not 21. I won't name you because I don't want to, cause a problem. But I feel like somebody gossiped about you tonight. And I feel like they were trying to hurt you, and they used me and Perry to hurt you with, because even if you were blind, we could see you are a very attractive woman, okay? And you've got a lot of confidence, okay? You don't need the internet. Guess what? I was your age once. And I guess I'm patting myself on the back. When I was your age, trust me, I understand. You go out in public and you get a lot of attention from the opposite sex. You don't need the internet. All you have to do is put your foot out the front door. I'm sorry. Put your foot out the front door. You could go to the gas station. You could go to Walmart. You could go to church. You could go to a PTA meeting. You could go anywhere. You're going to get attention, and hopefully it's the right type of attention to suggest that you would settle for an online relationship with a man 30 years older than you, that's retired, that's not, doesn't have the money of you, Hefner. When you could have a local sort of Brad Pitt type, that's like a real insult to you. And no, honey, I don't hate you. There was some things that went on in the past. I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, that might have been a little, I don't even want to use the word inappropriate. Got a little bit carried far away, and I thought that was all resolved. So, I feel bad that someone would speak of you that way. I'm sorry, I'm not I'm just laughing because it's so ludicrous. So, anyway, I don't think he understands or wants to understand, or he's just trying to stir the pot, whatever. Leave us old folks out of it. And I'm going through a medical crisis, which could be very, very serious. Very serious. And I'm scared. I'm really scared. So, yeah, I don't need any additional stress or drama. Not that some person on the internet saying something is drama, but I've been not feeling well. I've been home a lot. I've been on the internet more. I admit that. I had a lot to do in the house. When I came back, I was feeling good. And you could see in my videos, I was happy. I was making the stuffed cabbage, the borscht. I was buying the Pioneer Woman dishes. I was so happy. I was feeling good. I was doing all these things around the house, all these projects. Had the plumber come, got the new toilet bowl, ordered the windows, got the new windows. And it's right around the time that right after the windows got installed, that I started having issues with my health that came on really fast and furious. I'm in shock. I'm in shock that, and in retrospect, maybe it didn't come on as fast and furious. So to go from feeling like, for my age, I had a decent level of energy and optimism, to being in pain, to being sick, to wondering where I should get medical treatment if I really need it, And I hope I don't. I hope it's just one of those freak things. But to worry about your own mortality when your parents lived to be 86 and my 89-year-old mother is still alive, that when I've never had any kind of serious or chronic health condition prior, it's really, really scary. And these things do happen. It's part of life. But in the interim, I chose to come back and have a nice long visit in New York, to stay cooler, to manage my property, to enjoy my old family home, to spend time with my children, which I'm glad I did. And I stay in contact with my people in the South on a daily basis, chronically. I asked him, I said, do you have like an old video with this young lady in it? Like maybe put it up because, all that other nonsense is water under the bridge. And I did suggest it to him and he put it up. And then all of a sudden, this one person starts drama. So anyway, honey, if you're out there, I'm talking about the young lady. If you need to contact, I guess, either one of us, you could just like maybe put some comment under the video where you're in it. But I know you saw it and I think you liked it. So, I'm just telling you what my situation is. This is for everyone. If you haven't figured it out, I know there's people on here that are sick individuals that no matter what kind of, you could have my DNA and you'll say it's not my DNA. You know what? Anyone out there that has like some kind of a psychiatric issue, that's not my problem. My priority right now is me and my health and my well-being and protecting myself in whatever way, financially and otherwise. So everybody, you have a great day. And please, if you're a decent human being, keep me and my family in your prayers, because right now I do need them. And right now, the fear of unknown, it just takes so long to get an appointment with the specialist. Then they have to schedule you for tests, blah, blah, blah. And by the time you get a diagnosis, who knows what's gone down. So, once again, I'm putting myself first, and I'm going to be selfish and ask people to pray for me. I don't want to get involved with anyone's drama or disputes. I really came here for content, not to get sucked into drama, but it's Perry that got into all of this, and I allowed him to suck me. You see, this is why I didn't want to be seen in any of this prior to a couple of years ago, because I knew I didn't want to get sucked into this, and I ended up getting sucked into it. And this is why some of these other couples, the husbands were really into doing their social media, and their partners got frustrated and left them. See, I don't have to leave him. I just go away every summer. And when I'm back, he has to behave. But anyway, would I like a different situation? Yeah, but it is what it is. And to the other gentleman that I referenced, and this is no disrespect to Perry, and I hope I'm not embarrassing you. In another place, in another time, no disrespect if you have a wife or had a wife, and no disrespect to anyone that I'm involved with, but in another place and in another time, oh my God, I think we would have made a great couple. I love you. Anyway, have a great day. Bye.